Hey guys, and welcome back to the J2O channel. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is your match review of Portugal nil, Slovenia nil. Portugal win 3-0 on penalties in convincing fashion. Diogo Costa saves Portugal from embarrassment. And they advance to the quarterfinals where they will play France. If you do enjoy this video, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. And look, I'm not gonna lie, majority of this video we're gonna be talking about the extra time stuff and Cristiano Ronaldo, because the things I saw tonight for a game that ended up 0-0, there's a lot I have to say. There's a lot that I have to say. But goodness me, I just want to first of all say, Slovenia, great effort tonight. Fantastic effort tonight. They played out of their skin. They left everything out there on the pitch. My only issue with them was with the penalty shootout, because at the end of the day, they knew the second they got Portugal that they would have wanted to take them to penalties. Okay, realistically, Slovenia, the fans knew, the manager knew, the players knew, look, if we want to go through today against Portugal, there's a good chance we may have to take this to penalties. Of course, we're going to have our counter-attacks and our chances, in which I'm going to get into that one chance they had. And there's a certain player that's been hyped about that I got to talk about later on. But they knew they were going to have those type of chances. But realistically, they knew they had to get to penalties. And for me, I need to know how they prepared for it, because that was awful. That was absolutely awful. I mean, Diogo Costa, by the way, absolutely insane. First ever goalkeeper at the Euros to save 3 penalties in a penalty shootout. First one to ever do it in Euros history. I mean, absolutely fantastic. This has been a keeper that's been hyped for years, couple years now. He's still not got that big move that he probably deserves. He still plays out in Portugal for Porto. But mate, I think it's going to be soon that he gets his big move, man, because I think he deserves it. And tonight he was absolutely fantastic. When Portugal needed him the most, he stepped up in all the big moments, penalty shootout, and in the chances that Slovenia had. So yeah, like I said with Slovenia, they put in a big effort tonight. Unlucky, they probably deserve to go through based on the way they played. They nullified Portugal. They were brilliant tactically, 4-4-2. Really, really good performance from them tonight, but it just wasn't meant to be. And Portugal, once again, I mean, look, underwhelming. Is it a surprise? No, because they've not been good all tournament, like France, like England. 0-0, barely created any chances. Oblak didn't have to make any crazy saves today. I can't remember a save Oblak had to make, and I was like, wow, except for one potentially. Do you know what I mean? So with Portugal, it's the same old. They weren't good, very underwhelming. A lot of the players underperformed. But we got to get to the main topic now. Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, boy oh boy, we've got a lot to talk about with this guy tonight. Both good and bad. Because he was the star of the show today. He is taking up all the headlines. He is taking up majority of this video. I'm telling you guys that right now for a fact, because he was something else today. The things I saw him do today, yeah, like, it was just a level above what I know in terms of like his selfishness, his desire, and his willingness, and just in general, like, his mentality. Let's start off with the 90 minutes in general. I mean, look, with Ronaldo this tournament, before I do actually get into the 90 minutes in general, with Ronaldo in this tournament, I actually think to myself, in terms of overall play, he's actually been decent. But his only issue is he's just not put the ball in the back of the net. He's not. Whilst normal Cristiano, in terms of the past couple of years, and what we'll probably see after this tournament, is his overall play stinks, but he always scores a goal when you need him to. Right? This tournament has been quite the opposite. He's not scoring the goals, but his overall play is pretty good for his age and his physical limitations at the moment, despite being in great shape. But tonight was something else in terms of he was desperate tonight. Within the 90 minutes, before we even get to extra time and the penalty and all the stuff around that, the 90 minutes, I just looked at a player here that was desperate. So desperate. Too desperate. Wanting it just a little too much. Rushing it just a little too much. Being selfish just a little too much. He took shots when he needed to pass instead. I mean, the free kicks tonight. I mean, come on. You can't score a free kick anymore. Stop with the free kicks. Yeah? After he took the first one that just went over the bar, there was a stat that said in the Euros, he's taken, I think in major tournaments, there was a stat that said he's taken 58 direct free kicks and he's only scored one in major tournaments. And guess what that one goal was against? It was against Spain in the 3-3 draw in the World Cup about how many years ago? 6 years ago. The game where he scored the hat-trick and he scored a ridiculous free kick. I remember watching that game live. What a free kick it was. I knew he'd score that free kick as well, actually, funnily enough. Just like I knew a lot of things that would happen tonight. So at this point, I'm like, bro, hang up the free kicks, man. Give the responsibility to someone else. I don't care who it is. It could be João Cancelo. It can be flipping Bruno Fernandes, most likely. Just give up the free kick responsibilities. But we all know Ronaldo by now, okay? It's about him. He's the star of the show. He's the man. He's the captain. Everything's got to go through him. He's got to get the goals. He's got to be that guy. So he's still taking free kicks. He took a free kick from a position where you could take a corner. Or like a free kick in which you're supposed to cross it in instead of shooting. Basically, he took a free kick his second free kick was from a position where you don't shoot. You cross it into the box. But he decided to shoot instead. And I said at that point, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, this is embarrassing at this point. Like, what are you playing at? Seriously. He then took another one and I tweeted out, free kick, number 60. Let's see how he does. Straight at the goalkeeper. Overall, it was a stinker, man. And the way he was playing, the way it was going, I was thinking to myself, boy, this could turn out to be really, really bad. And it was this close. If Portugal hadn't gone through tonight, I would have been worried for him. Because I think mentally, he would have been at the lowest of the lows in terms of from a footballing perspective, if you get what I'm saying. I'm not talking about in his personal life or like overall in his life, because I know obviously he's gone through much worse. But I'm talking from a footballing perspective, this would have been the lowest of the lows with tonight and the way it was moving. I'm telling you. Because tonight he was too desperate. He was selfish. He wasn't performing. He was getting so frustrated. He was busy screaming, shouting, getting pissed off with himself and all. And it's just, he was too emotionally invested tonight, Ronaldo. Way too emotionally invested. And maybe it doesn't help with the players around him not playing well. Like Rafael Leao tonight, not good enough. Bernardo Silva, not good enough tonight. Bruno Fernandes, not good enough tonight. I can't believe Roberto Martinez took off Vitinha, who was the best player on the field. The best player on the pitch today was taken off. He was the first sub. I couldn't believe it. Roberto Martinez is a clown. And this is why Portugal are not performing. And it pisses me off that they're not performing, because when I look at their squad, when I look at their starting 11, when I look at their bench, I'm thinking, this is the best squad in the Euros by far. It's way better than England's. It's way better than France's. It's way better than Germany's. Because the bench is a joke. They've got Pedro Neto, Conceição, flipping Felix, Gonzalo Ramos, Ruben Neves, Mateus Nunes. You're thinking, bro, it's a joke of a bench. And then Ronaldo, obviously, going back to him, look, I think tonight with Ronaldo, it showed you why he's still playing football. It's clearly because of his mindset. Because the way he's moving, the way he plays football in general, and throughout the last couple of years, he's not the same, man. He physically cannot do it anymore. He physically cannot be playing at this level. He can't continue doing it. But the reason why he continues to do it is because of his mindset. And his mindset is he has one of the greatest mentalities I've ever seen in sports. Out of all people that play sports, basketball, football, rugby, cricket, all of these sports, yeah, he is in terms of athletes, he has one of the greatest mentalities I've seen of all athletes. It's honestly a different level. He loves this game so much. And that's why he still plays today. But sometimes you got to know when to hang up the boots, man. And tonight showed, bro, can you hang up the boots as soon as possible? Because tonight was sad. And I'm happy for him that Portugal did go through tonight. because it would have been a sad, sad way to go out. It really would have been. Do you get what I'm saying? Because he wasn't good tonight. And his general play tonight wasn't really good, despite me saying overall in this tournament, his general play has been good. But tonight, it wasn't good. He was too selfish. He was too desperate. He was overly emotional. Do you get what I'm saying? And that extra time, and this is why I've got to have a go at him. Portugal get a penalty, right? And for me, it wasn't a penalty. But it was one of those ones where there was enough contact for VAR to look at that and think, we're not going to overturn it. Because there is contact, clearly, they're not going to overturn it. But it's one of those ones where Diogo Jota ran into the Slovenian defender. He ran into him. And that's why there was contact. But they gave the penalty and I was like, oh, for God's sake. It wasn't a penalty, but they're not going to overrule that. Look at it. You look at that, they're not going to overrule it. Excuse me. So they didn't at that point. So I'm thinking Ronaldo, he's definitely going to score. At the time I said, he's definitely going to score. He's going to make amends because mentality, cold mentality. Like I say, it's one of the greatest mentalities I've seen. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I said, yo, the way he's been playing tonight, the way he's been moving tonight, don't be surprised if he missed. And he missed. Jan Oblak, by the way, what a save. And what a game he had. Unbelievable game. And this is where my negativity comes in. And this is where I can't feel sorry for him, yeah? Obviously, after he missed the penalty, he's upset. And rightly so, he's upset. Because he had the opportunity to put his nation through, basically, with that goal. Because if they score, Slovenia are definitely not scoring. They're not. They're not scoring. So you think to yourself, after he's missed, of course he's upset. But you think to yourself, no Ronaldo, he'll dust himself down. There's 15 minutes left. He'll gather himself together and he'll go again. I'm seeing this guy cry. And I was like, are you having a laugh? You are the captain. You are the leader. You are 39 years old. You're a grown-ass man. A lot of these players look up to you. A whole nation is looking to you for leadership and support. You're meant to gather this team together and galvanize them. And he's crying. He's crying. I'm thinking to myself, why are you crying? You're not out. Portugal are not out. They're not actually out. If they'd actually gone out, then fine, you can cry. But you're crying. Because you missed a penalty? Come on, I understand the circumstances. But for me, he shouldn't be crying simply because of this. Portugal are not out yet. And two, there's 15 minutes left to go. You can still score a goal in open play. Or through another penalty if they'd got one. Do you know what I mean? So I'm thinking, broski. Now I'm thinking at this point, yo, Portugal cannot go out tonight. Because I was low-key rooting for Slovenia. But when I was seeing Ronaldo in that state, crying, I thought, bruv, I'd be worried for him tonight if Portugal had gone out. I'm being dead serious. Like, honestly. Honestly, on a mental perspective, I would have been worried for him tonight. Because that would have crushed him. I'm telling you guys right now, tonight would have crushed him. If Portugal had gone out tonight, he would have been devastated beyond belief. It would have been worse than so many other things. On a footballing level, of course. So I see him cry. I'm like, broski, sort yourself out. Dalot's, trying to comfort him. Paulinho apparently had a go at him and trying to sort him out. And yeah, he eventually does, I guess. And it goes to penalties. But before we get to penalties, I just want to quickly mention Benjamin Šeško. You're an absolute disgrace. You're an absolute disgrace. Chelsea were linked to this guy. So were Arsenal, so were Manchester United. And Šeško made the decision himself to stay at Leipzig. Thank God he made that decision. Because first of all, this tournament, he put up a stinker as far as I'm concerned. Slovenia in general didn't. But in terms of Šeško himself, stinker. Didn't do enough going forward. I wasn't impressed with him, with his dribbling, his passing, his hold-up play. There's a lot that kid has to work on. He's got pace, but there's so much he has to work on. But in terms of when it matters most, in that moment, Pepe makes a mistake. He had two moments, actually. The first one was when he beat Pepe for pace. But for some reason, he still gave Pepe a chance to catch up to him, pace for pace. And I'm thinking, he shouldn't have done that. What he should have done instead in that moment, the one where he took the shot and it dragged wide. He didn't put himself in a situation where he's in between the ball and the man. If he puts himself in the middle between Pepe and the ball, trust me, he's in a much better position to score, and Pepe doesn't catch up to him. But he gave Pepe that chance to just lean his arm out to him because they were side by side. And at that point, if you're side by side, you're giving Pepe a chance. And Pepe just did enough to distract him. So for me, he ruined it in that moment in terms of his movement and his positioning in that moment. And the second one, Pepe puts it on a plate for you. I mean, Pepe, bloody hell, he had to come off definitely after that. I can't believe he played in extra time, to be honest with you. The state of him, bruv. He's 41 years old. Like, come on, guys. Can you and Ronaldo hang up your boots, man? Bloody hell, we get it. You love the game. But leave the football before the football leaves you, as Jamie Carragher would say. Anyway, Pepe puts it on a plate for Šeško. He's through on goal. And do you want to know why I knew he was missing? Because I looked at his positioning. I looked at his body language. I looked at the way he was running. I thought, this guy is gassed. He's absolutely finished. And the effort was pathetic. He took it too early. It was too soft. And he bottled it for me. He absolutely bottled it in that moment. And for me, that has put me off completely. He's put me off. I don't want to hear hype about Šeško ever again. And I don't want to see my club linked to him at all. So yeah, he bottled it. We get to penalties. And at this point with Ronaldo, I was thinking to myself, yo, normally the way Ronaldo is, in normal circumstances, he'd normally be the fifth penalty taker because he loves to be the hero. He wants to be the guy that put his team through to the quarterfinals of the Euros. But I tweeted it out. Be a leader. Stop the tears. Sort yourself out. Be the leader that your country needs you to be and score that penalty. And be the first one to take it. And he was the first one to take it. He stepped up. Fantastic penalty. Diogo Costa, big up to him, man. 3 penalty saves. Absolutely fantastic. Portugal's penalties were brilliant as well. Bernardo Silva took the last one, slotted in the bottom corner, and Bruno Fernandes is obviously a great penalty taker. We've seen him take many penalties for Manchester United. So yeah, fair play to Portugal in terms of the penalties. They definitely prepared well for that, especially Diogo Costa. He's done something we've never seen before. And in general, we saw things tonight that we've never seen before. So yeah, that concludes your quarter-final. You know, for a 0-0 game, I didn't think I'd be sat here talking about a 0-0 game for 15 plus minutes. I'm not going to lie, but for extra time, so much happened in that extra time. And Ronaldo was basically the main man of tonight in terms of from beginning to end. I mean, hey, you know what is with Ronaldo, yeah? He better donate. He better give at least a month of his wages to Diogo Costa tonight. Because he has saved him mentally. He saved him mentally. I'm telling you guys that right now. I'm not even kidding you, mate. I'm not even joking. So yeah, absolute madness. And yeah, they're through to the quarterfinals by the skin of their teeth. Bloody hell. They did it the hard way. Slovenia, fair play for your efforts tonight. Poor penalties, but hey, I'm not going to have a go at you too much for that because at least you took a very, very good side, on paper at least, 2 penalties. But Roberto Martinez, you're an absolute disgrace. And I'm going to end it on that in regards to Portugal in this game tonight. And in terms of the quarterfinals, this Friday, Portugal-France. Please, God, please let this be a good game. Because both teams have been so bad that it's set up to be the biggest stinker of them all. The final boss in terms of stinkers. Do you know what I mean? You know, I'm looking forward to Germany-Spain because I feel like that's going to be a very, very good game of football. 2 very good footballing teams that played very well in this tournament. And then Portugal and France will play as well. So, Portugal, France play each other on Friday, 8 p.m. Germany, Spain play just before then at 5 p.m. on Friday on the same day. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Woo! It's going to be tasty. Why? It's getting mad. But, yeah, if you did enjoy this video, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Turn on those post notifications. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for 2 more videos. Or maybe 1 combined. Talking about Romania, Netherlands, and Austria-Turkey. Austria-Turkey should be a good game. Hopefully it is, man, because they're both good teams. So, yeah. I'll see you guys for tomorrow. Take care. Love. See you later. Peace.